It was 3 a.m. I was staring at my phone, scrolling through success stories of people who started with less than me, people who had bigger problems than me, people who faced worse circumstances than me. And that's when it hit me like a lightning bolt to the chest, the brutal truth that nobody wants to hear, the truth that will either destroy you or set you free. I wasn't failing because of my circumstances. I wasn't failing because of my background. I wasn't failing because of lack of opportunities. I was failing because I had become comfortable with being uncomfortable. See, I realized something that night. I had been living a lie. I had convinced myself that I was trying. I had convinced myself that I was hustling. I had convinced myself that I was doing everything possible. But the reality? The brutal, uncomfortable reality was this. I was trying just enough to feel good about myself, but not enough to actually change my life. I was like a person standing in shallow water, complaining about being thirsty, while the ocean was right there. The ocean of possibilities, the ocean of opportunities, the ocean of the life I kept saying I wanted. That night, I had to confront the person I had become, the person who made excuses, the person who said tomorrow, the person who waited for the perfect moment, the person who was waiting for someone else to save them. Let me share something that will blow your mind. It's called the identity-reality gap. This is when who you think you are doesn't match what you actually do every single day. You say you're ambitious, but you hit the snooze button. You say you're disciplined, but you scroll social media for hours. You say you're focused on your goals, but you can't remember the last time you took action toward them. Here's what happens. Your brain creates massive discomfort because your identity and your actions don't align. And instead of changing your actions to match your identity, most people change their identity to match their actions. They say, maybe I'm just not meant for success. Maybe I'm just not that kind of person. But what if I told you that discomfort is actually your superpower? What if that gap between who you are and who you want to be is not a problem to solve, but a rocket ship to ride? The people who break through, the people who actually make it, they learn to live in that discomfort. They learn to expand their identity faster than their circumstances can shrink it. You want to know the secret? Stop trying to become the person you want to be. Start being the person you want to become. Right now, today, this moment. The millionaire version of you doesn't check their phone first thing in the morning, so don't check your phone. The fit version of you doesn't skip workouts because they don't feel like it, so don't skip the workout. The successful version of you doesn't make decisions based on emotions, so don't make emotional decisions. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to decide that the old version of you died at 3 a.m. and the new version of you was born. I remember the first time I acted like the successful person I wanted to become instead of the struggling person I was. I was broke, living paycheck to paycheck, but I bought a book that cost me my lunch money for 3 days. Not because I had the money, but because the successful version of me invests in knowledge even when it's uncomfortable. That book changed my perspective. That perspective changed my actions. Those actions changed my results. Those results changed my life. But here's the thing nobody tells you. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you friends who don't understand your new standards. It's going to cost you comfort zones that feel safe. It's going to cost you the luxury of making excuses. Are you willing to pay that price? Because success isn't just about what you gain, it's about what you're willing to lose. I'm going to challenge you right now. I'm going to challenge you to stop living in the space between your dreams and your actions. I'm going to challenge you to stop being the person who almost did something great. What's the one thing you've been putting off? The one thing you know would change everything if you just did it. The conversation you need to have, the business you need to start, the habit you need to build, the relationship you need to end. That thing right there, that's your 3 a.m. revelation waiting to happen. You see, most people are waiting for motivation, but motivation is not coming to save you. Motivation is not coming to rescue you. Motivation is created through action, not the other way around. The successful version of you doesn't wait to feel like doing it. They do it, and then they feel successful. Let's talk about fear. That voice in your head that says, "What if you fail?" Let me reframe that for you. What if you succeed beyond your wildest dreams and the only thing that stopped you was the fear of finding out how powerful you really are? Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your GPS. It's pointing you to exactly where you need to go. The thing that scares you the most is probably the thing that will free you the most. Fear of starting? Start anyway. Fear of failing? Fail anyway. Fear of being judged? Be judged anyway. Because on the other side of that fear is the life you've been dreaming about. On the other side of that fear is the person you're meant to become. Repeat after me, and I want you to feel this in your bones. I am not who I used to be. I am becoming who I'm meant to be. My past does not define my future. My actions today define my tomorrow. I am the author of my story, and I'm writing a bestseller. I don't need permission to be great. I give myself permission right now. This is my time. This is my moment. This is my life. You are not stuck. You are not limited. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are defined by your decisions. And today, you decide to step into your power. Here's what I want you to do right now. Before you leave this video, before you scroll to the next thing, before you go back to your old patterns, choose one action, one single action that the successful version of you would take today. And do it, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Then come back to the comments and write 3 words, "I chose action." Because I need to know that this message didn't just entertain you. I need to know it transformed you. Your future self is watching. Your dreams are waiting. Your destiny is calling. The question is, are you ready to answer?